We begin this morning with new video of the first wave of thunderstorms moving in overnight. We captured these lightning strikes just a few hours ago on our Golden Valley Skycam. Maybe you heard it, the rumbles of thunder too, as you were sleeping. And as you can see from our live radar, the first wave is starting to move out, but another round of storms will be moving in.
Yeah, that's why today is a weather warn day. We got team coverage this morning preparing you for when these storms move through your neighborhood. Cece and Michelle are tracking conditions as you head out the door this morning. But first, we need to get to John, who is timing these storms out for your Tuesday. John.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Make sure you are weather aware today, not only this morning, but this afternoon, especially that 3 to 6 o'clock time slot. It's not one to just ignore. You want to make sure you have some way to get access to the radar or information. So we are seeing some thunderstorms around the metro. Right now, the metro kind of lucky. Looks pretty quiet. Not the case at around midnight. Going in towards some thunderstorms at the moment. This one over towards Alexandria, coming into Melrose. So if you're leaving St. Cloud, driving up 10, you'll run into some rain. Also going on 94 near Melrose. There's some downpours there. Also, we got some rain showers and even a thunderstorm in Forest Lake and Stillwater, but that heavy band is over towards Baldwin. A little more activity showing up. Like I said, metro pretty quiet unless you're coming in here. If coming in from North Branch, you'll hit a downpour through Forest Lake. That's the one that we see inside the Twin Cities right now. This is what we're going to be looking at later on. Elevated threats here for severe weather. And like I said earlier, these threats are going higher. And now you've got a moderate threat in southeast Minnesota. That does include tornadoes. We'll track this full thing out in your forecast.
Hey, good morning. Like John was mentioning, good thing that the rain isn't in most of the metro because I haven't been seeing any crashes, which is great for a Tuesday. I believe I saw one crash this morning, but that cleared very quickly and there wasn't any rain in that area. But I am seeing wet roads on 35 near Forest Lake, also like John was mentioning, and Wyoming. As you can see, the rain isn't coming down anymore, but wet roads were left behind. So if you're coming down from those areas, just be careful, maybe not have that cruise control on. Otherwise, as we take a look at the bigger picture here, I'll be talking about construction projects over in the east, Oak Park Heights area, and also in Savage when I see you again. Alicia.
Thank you, Cece. Well, as John has mentioned, the rain's going to be on and off throughout the commute.
Yeah, Michelle Beck is live in Mobile 11 tracking those conditions. Michelle, where are you and what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, we guys are on 35 heading north. We're just passing Forest Lake right now, heading towards Wyoming at this point. Take a look right here, the wet roads that Cece was talking about here in this area. You can see it right here. We don't have our windshield wipers on at this moment. I will be honest, driving throughout the metro this morning for the last hour and a half, we haven't actually had our wipers on almost at all, if I can recall. And you can see this red truck passing by us, leaving back that residue of just the rain left over on the roads here. But again, no windshield wipers on for us as we speak. Now, getting farther up into the Wyoming area, we are expecting to see more rain. That's something that John was telling us, to anticipate rain in this area. And definitely the clouds are much darker in this area, especially as the sun has come on. And here we go. We got that first windshield wiper on, something that we haven't turned on in quite some time this morning. But again, things are starting to pick up as we speak, something again that we haven't seen in the last 90 minutes. So definitely a lot changing as we speak, as the more we head north into this area. And so definitely I'll come back to you guys and give you another picture of what is going on next time I see you guys.
All right, thanks for that report, Michelle. Appreciate it. About an hour and a half south of us, also getting hit with some storms. Take a look at this video of a tornado touching down about 12 hours ago in a field just north of Hayfield. It's about 25 miles south of Rochester. So far, there are no reports of any injuries or damage. The National Weather Service also reported large hail in that area, about an inch in diameter. And as John said, the severe risk is not over just yet. So take out your phone, open up your camera app, and point it at the QR code you see there on your screen. That will download the KARE 11 weather app. This will also give you live updates, radar, and custom forecasts whenever you want, wherever you are. It's free in any app store.
10:06:05 this morning, we're tracking the pile of newly passed bills on Governor Walz's desk, waiting for his signature. About 15 hours ago, Governor Walz signed a bill cracking down on junk fees, requiring companies to be more upfront about pricing. Walz will also sign a bill setting minimum pay for Uber and Lyft drivers. Other items that pass include $30 million in funding for EMS in rural areas. However, lawmakers ran out of time before the session ended to vote on the ERA amendment, the bonding bill, and sports betting. Political analysts from both sides of the aisle are sounding off this morning.
Legislators should not be voting on a 1,400-page bill that no one can read, right? That is just generally bad planning.
I think folks in the minority who are claiming this was kind of a rollover kind of contributed to that timeline issue. And so both sides got some blame here.
Now, the governor says there won't be a special session. As for the legislature, things could look different next session since it will be following elections.
Minnesota safety leaders are expanding their strategy to fight violent crime across the state. In the last 24 hours, the BCA announced its Violent Crime Reduction Unit is working with local law enforcement. Together, they're targeting repeat offenders to get them off the streets.
We want the people out there, the repeat offenders, the people who don't care who they hurt, who gets caught in the crossfire, or where their drugs end up, to know that they are the ones we are targeting, that we are going to come after them.
The strategy so far appears to be working. BCA leaders say in the first quarter of 2024, they've made 112 arrests and confiscated 66 firearms. They've also seized more than 2,500 fentanyl pills and over 9 pounds of meth and other drugs like cocaine and heroin. In just 4 hours, a new round-trip train connecting St. Paul to Chicago will embark on its first journey. Our Sunrise conductor, Audrey Russo, is on board the new Borealis train as it gets ready to leave the station. Audrey.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just sitting in this beautiful coach car here on the Borealis train, where today it's going to make its inaugural trip to Chicago. So come with me, take a journey. Let me show you what we've got on board here. Now this train makes 12 stops in fewer than 8 hours, really kind of cutting through Wisconsin. It hits Madison, it hits Milwaukee. Now we're moving on to the dining cart, the cafe cart, if you will, because on a trip like this, you know, it's going to take about 8 hours, maybe a little bit less, but you're going to get hungry. You're going to need some food. So you've got places to sit and eat. And here we're in the cafe now, where nobody's been served yet, but we've got menus you could take a look at. Maybe a little early for beer, but just one of the many amenities on board. We're moving into the business class now, where I have no business being. But the Borealis train, what's interesting about this is that, you know, you can move across the Midwest, and the price for a one-way ticket is about $41. Now that's could be with some discounts baked in, because I tried to book a ticket and it was actually a little bit more, like 50. You know what? I think I'll sit down. I'll sit down in business class. And so $50 one way, that beats tolls, that beats if you're driving. You might get there a little bit faster, but you have to be present. Here you can kind of just relax, be on board. We're going to talk to some of the folks involved with making this train happen, because again, it goes from Minneapolis, St. Paul to Chicago. The inaugural train leaves at 11:50 this morning. We'll have more coming up in the next half hour, but for now, I think I'm going to put my feet up, Jason and Alicia.
You deserve it, Audrey, and you do belong in business class.
First class. Is that business class as well?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay.
But
yeah.
yes, first class. You rock, Audrey. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, 6:09 on this Tuesday. Live picture from Mobile 11 on 35 towards North Branch in the northern suburbs this morning. Looks like finally a little bit of rain coming down. So depending on where you're waking up this morning, you might be dealing with some rain showers. But